The 1250 and the 1256 was basically a solution for speed. It replaced the first machine na 61.
Na-color.
We used to print around 1,500 sheets for a day. And you'll have to hug the machine in order for you to print better. After 6 months of operation, we opted to get the 1250 to increase the capacity of print. The volume also to at least to maximize on the speed of the 1250. At the same time, we also like the quality of the 1250. We have increased, when we purchased the 1250, we increased in volume of sales. And since we increased the volume of sales, there came a point na kulang na yung capacity ng 1250. That is when we opted to get the 1256. And probably we operated the 1256 for the 1250 and the 1256 for 3 years after considering to get the 5,000. And we used to print something like 100 sheets in an hour with the 1250. Since auto duplex of 5,000, it was really a big help for production. Yung turnaround time is better with the 5,000. We had registration issues naman with the 1250, so but there are some issues with the registration when it comes to heavier stock. We managed to work around that, so we're able to work around that. So speed is an essential factor, especially because of my clientele also. 70% of my clients are in the restaurant business, so basically if they needed menus, they needed 10 cards and stuff like that. That's it is one of the key services that this is any organization or business establishment that would want not just menus, probably brochures, or if they have an event, flyers for that particular event, labels for promotional stock or something, So, pero a lot of these yung requirements yan, mas marami yan sa restaurants talaga. Not so much for the banks, not so much for the NGOs, but they have occasional requirements for such materials. Restaurants talaga pinakahanap short run. But since we can do short run, malaking factor din yun na nakatulong sa mga students. There was when we started siguro 10 years ago, wala namang ganito do cut and paste. They have their materials photocopied and scanned, either enlarged or reduced, and then they cut that and paste on and then they photocopy that again. These machines, colored copiers, hindi na siya copiers colored printers talaga ito when that entered, yun na, malaking factor yan na nakatulong sa development ng digital education for average of something like
18,000.
13 to 18,000. The other suppliers like Canon, Sharp, Ricoh. I love Fuji. Okay, I've tried. In fact, naging testing ground ang Lord's Print Shop. Epson used to bring machines here for me to test and compare it with your machine. Using the same materials that I use, using the same process. So some of the companies, they go to me, they bring a machine for me to test it, to give them my recommendations of what papers are okay with the machine. What I love with Fuji is basically the technical support. it's easier for us to facilitate and coordinate with you guys. Okay. And I did not find that with Canon and with Ricoh, you know, with HP. I'm sorry to pero hindi siya, I don't know if you really give this to all your clients, pero pag tumawag kami, parang nanginginig ka. I've dealt with Fuji even before I started. In fact, I've set up something like mga 5 shops before I started. So, yeah, iBones, VJ Graphics, but VJ Graphics, I think they replaced the machine already. iBones, VJ, Arts and Color, the former Liquid Graphics. You know, they all owned a 1250. One is the FISMA. And the other one is the development of the solution. You know, I used to pay FISMA like 15 pesos per sheet, more or less. And then it went down to 7 or 8 per sheet. And that for me is a good.
It's a big benefit for you.
Yeah, it's a big saving. Number 2, even if I was paying less, I was actually given the same treatment, the same support, the same free stuff.
Well,
hindi naman talaga free kasi you pay for the FISMA. Pero and of course the speed of the machine.
So the benefits you gain
Worth all the investment
that you gain. So
I think Ricoh, because of the development of their technology, Canon, if they have enhanced their technical ability, can answer my questions. No, there are some problems with the machine, and they really can't answer my questions.
Even the engineers.
We've reduced overtime because of the speed. 2, we've enjoyed more customer loyalty because
mabilis.
of
Mabilis.
Yeah. And that's basically
and of course yung sa FISMA savings.
Yeah, and of course that.